So apparently Spotify was in a trademark lawsuit against a weed company called Potify. And Spotify won the lawsuit. And so, yeah, very interesting situation. Yeah, let's talk about it. What are your initial thoughts on this?
I'll just take it as an opportunity to encourage artists on getting their paperwork straight. It's very boring to go do your paperwork, but it can help protect your brand if you get bigger and bigger and somebody's just being a deadbeat out there and they just go see if you trademark your name and they try to make a buck off you essentially.
Right.
And yes, that's called being a deadbeat.
Yeah.
But look, man, it's the law. It's not necessarily a bad law either, because you do need to trademark your stuff. If you're starting out your business, typically, most entrepreneurs or a good portion of them will tell you, like, just get up and going first. Like, at least get a little proof of concept behind you before you worry about, like, the first day you have an idea, you 100%. Don't even act on it because you're not trademarked. That's not what I'm saying.
100%.
I'm saying get a little steam behind you, and then, like, if you have your website up, definitely go get your paperwork. I am not a tax advisor. I am not a financial consultant or whatever other title. Needs to be a disclaimer. So please consult a professional on this, but you can go Google how to do it in your area.
Facts.
It's not that expensive at all. You will just need to get keep all your business receipts in one bank account and one card. Don't try to mix those two. This is just a headache that you don't need to have.
Yeah. So
spend all the business expenses in one place. Receive all the business income if you can.
Right.
In one place as well, or like limit the places that you're receiving it. So if you use PayPal or Stripe, like just have those and like just don't try to do too much. Right. Make it as easy as possible. Because one of the areas that we see artists and celebrities get in trouble with is around tax season, right? Because they might just be getting a bunch of money in. They never really kept track of it.
Right.
Especially if you're not like big enough to hire that many people. Like some people might be big enough to get a manager, right? But is that manager really going to be doing the bookkeeping all like that? Like, do you have enough money to bring on a full-time accountant?
Right.
A lot of people probably know.
Right.
And they might not even be working at a label that really has one all like that. So as best as you can, keep your paperwork, or even feel free to have a consultation with a tax advisor. They can advise you how best to keep your stuff. And then on the flip side of it, the trademarks and how you want to register your business as an LLC, or as you get to a certain size, you can do an S corp. And then most artists aren't doing C corps, but just in case, be knowledgeable about it, because there's different tax benefits that you can get under those classifications. And for a lot of our audience that might be on a different spectrum, I'll call it. Yes, you should have those tax classifications, because you should look at the tax code like how I'm going to work with the government.
Right.
Like, if I'm going to provide them a favor, they're going to provide me a favor.
100%.
So let's say that I own a business and it employs a lot of people. I'm making the burden on the government less, because my employees would be far less likely to need government assistance in a lot of different areas. They will contribute to society more. They'll donate more, all that stuff. So the idea is, if you're going to lighten our burden, it should be in common sense states that the government lightens your burden as well. Like, you can like that, you cannot like that. I think people, a lot of the times, not to get political, but people get that thinking twisted, where if you're lightening the burden on the government, then the government somehow dumps more burden on you.
Right.
I'm like, wait, no, that's not
Right.
not the ideal space. It's supposed to be that you are working with the government. It's supposed to be a partnership, not them like burdening.
Right.
So that is my spiel for this. Get your paperwork and consult a tax or financial advisor for professional advice on these topics.
Yes, indeed. Absolutely.